Well, when I first turned it on, hello, Angel. Come here. Come here. Angel. Angel. Come here. Come on. You gonna come up here? Come here. What you got going on with your eye? Come here. Come on. Come here, you. Come here. I know. I'm here, you. What have you got going on with your eye? Hmm. Oh, now the goats are going to start. There's Angel. She's got to be wherever I am. She thinks she does. If I'm in, she's got to be in. If I'm out, she's got to be out. Unless, of course, she's mousing. Then she could care less about me. Sounds like somebody's upset out there. They were all quietly just resting, chewing their cud, just staying out of the heat. And now they start. Oh, I guess Angel decided that it was too warm to be on my lap. And she's right, it is. It is quite warm. Yeah, I don't know. I've been having some issues with the internet, and I don't know if it's my computer or if it's the internet connection or what the story is, but I've been having some issues. So we'll see how well it goes. Oh, anyway, I started to tell you when I first turned this on before the screen was completely clear with the blue tarp behind and the way that the wood is and everything. It almost looked like I was on a tropical environment or something, because it just seems like it was like a cabana or something, Well, I'm not. I'm still in Kentucky, and it's still my barn. And my barn still has blue tarps on the sides. Be nice if I can get it finished this summer. I don't know. First priority this summer is the rainwater catchment. So if that gets done fairly early, and I still have the money, I may see about getting the work done on the barn so we can get it completely enclosed. And I'll put this plywood to some other use somewhere, so I don't know where yet. But hey, you know what? It's recycled, repurposed. Anyway, I like my hat. Yeah, I still have the tag on it. I gotta get the tag off. Oh, anyway. I wanted a straw hat, and the last hat I had, it wasn't real straw. It was plastic. And you know what? It just doesn't work. It does not work in the summer. Plastic does not breathe. It's brand new. It's, believe it or not, this is a small. Okay? And that's one of the reasons I bought it, is because it was a small. It's still not a perfect fit, but I think it's good enough that, it seems to stay put. It's not like real super tight on my head. So I think it's actually a man's hat, but you know what? I'm sorry, but it's the only one I was able to find that fit me, or came close to fit me anyway. So, hey, a man's hat it is. At least the other kind that they had more of an upturned brim. Okay. It looked real masculine. This one, I think I can get away with it. Maybe if I put a pretty pink bandana around it, maybe that'll make it look more feminine. I don't know. Stick a flower in there or something. I don't know. But straw hat for working outside, because I just can't handle the sun on my head. I just can't do it. So anyway, yesterday I spent all day running. I had to take the Amish wives to town to do some shopping. And by the time we got home, it was almost dinner time. It's like, let me say, I didn't get anything done here at home. But you know what? I picked up some things I needed. Some of the things I needed was I needed some additional chick waterers, because I've got 2 more birdies sitting in the brood boxes. And it's like, okay, we got to do something, because I still have the chicks over here right next to the coop. And they're too young to go in with the big birds, because the big birds will kill them. So they're just kind of like They go in the little nest box I have up against the coop. There's enough of space for the chicks to get in and out. And so they go in there at night. And the mama, she started laying, so I put her back in the coop. So anyway, that's I got two batches of chicks. I've got 6 from one and only 3 left from the other. Unfortunately, 2 of them, I guess, got laid on by the goats because they were in the goat barn. That was sad. So that leaves 3. The other from the brood, I took chicks from both broods and sold them at an auction. So they brought me some good money. So anyway, I should have brought my drink down with me. A little dry now. But anyway, I'll see how long I can manage. And it's been a very wonderful day, a wonderful week, because I got a surprise. Let's see. I don't know how to pull a picture up on when I'm on live, okay? Otherwise, I would have stuck this on my computer. I don't know if this will come out on the computer or not, but I'll give it a shot. Let me see here. See if this will work. All right, can you see that? All that mass of yellow. There are I think they're 3 days old now. My first Muscovy duck hatched out her brood. She hatched every single egg. Every single one. And that's 18. I thought she only had 15 is a common number. So no, maybe there's 16. Oh no, maybe there's 18. 18 she hatched. And I had them penned up for the first 24 hours. Didn't want the horses to get in there because they were in the corner of the run-in. Okay, and we know what honey's like. So anyway, I just left them in there for 24 hours, and then I opened the space for them to come out if they want to come out or if they want to go back in. I left them, mama. Muscovy ducks are excellent mothers. They are excellent mothers. They take very good care of their babies. She took them out, and they've been wandering around. I've just been letting them free range. I'm not used to having a hat on my head. They've been wandering around. She took them. There's a little washout space down the hill from the driveway, and that's where the culvert comes out, and there's they kind of made they widened up the space for the culvert, so it's like a little swimming hole, just big enough for a duck. And so she took them over there, and that was right after she hatched them. It was the next day when she first was able to come out, and she took, I think it was her first bath in a while, and it's like, oh, that feels so good. She was really enjoying it, and the babies were just right there around her. They didn't go all the way in, but they were kind of around the fringes, and so she's been wandering them around, kind of staying pretty handy to the barn area and the shelter down below. Just kind of keep them right around here. They're not wandering far, and so that's good. And I think I mentioned before that I've got at least 2 more duck hens sitting on nests. And I couldn't tell you when they started setting. I didn't mark it in my calendar. I knew that this one was first, and I knew that she was due this week. So I could be getting additional ducks sometime within the next, I'd say, 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know, I got this strange thing on my phone. It's like a news app kind of thing. I don't know how I got it on my phone, but all of a sudden, I think it was after an update. All of a sudden now I get this thing on here and it keeps chirping. The same thing as what my text messages does, and I don't know if I'm getting a text message from anybody or if it's just this stupid notification. It's like most of the times I don't really care about. Don't care, but it's like it's not pertinent to what's happening now. So I got to figure out how to get that off my phone. I might have to make a visit to the Verizon store or something and say, look, what is this? And can I get it off my phone? Am I stuck with this thing? I've had more problems with this phone doing things that I don't want it to do. And I liked my Samsung. This is a Motorola. I really have not enjoyed the Motorola at all. Never had hardly any problems with Samsung. But the Motorola, I just not enjoying it at all. So anyway, so we got the first batch of ducklings are hatched out. Yeah, most of them I'm going to try to sell. Not tomorrow, because tomorrow my son and I are packing up 3 young bucks and taking them to auction. Okay. They are finding the mama's little boy. He's finally healed up. He's looking good. No ill effects. He seems fine. And so they're going tomorrow. The auction is about an hour drive. And my son's going to be helping me. And besides, 2 of those bucks are his. I was telling the guy in church this morning, I said, yeah, I'm making him go because he picked out, I told him to pick out a doe before they kid it. I said, whichever one you pick, that'll be the one that's yours, and whatever she produces, that'll be yours. So the one he picks is the only one that gives me twin bucks. So so they're his. I told him that they were going to be his. So whatever they bring, that's what he gets. He gets that money. He will get that money. I have 1 buckling that will be coming to me. Not coming to me, but the money will be going back into the farm. So not going to be a whole lot of profit for me, but that's okay. It's an encouragement to my son to be involved. He's been really good with helping me with the goats. Anytime I need to do anything with them, I just tell him and he's out there. He does the feeding. I let him do the feeding. And the goats trust him. So there's been a couple times my husband's come out to help, and they hardly know him. I mean, they know him, they see him around, but he doesn't really interact much with the goats. Whereas Joshua's my son, he's there every night, and he feeds them every night. Okay. And if there's any kind of issues, he's there to help me. When we had to catch Billy to work on him, he was there and he helped me. So my son is really good with working with the goats. So, I think it's only fair that he gets some kind of compensation from them. So that's why anything that Coco produces, it's his. So Coco is his doe, and that'll be coming from him. If she gives birth to another set of twins, and one's a buck, one's a doe, or both of those, they're going to be his. Okay, and he can decide whether he wants to keep them or sell them. Okay, I'll leave it to him. Well, any bucks get sold. That's the understanding. Any bucklings, they get sold. Okay, because we're not keeping any bucklings born here, at least at this point. Down the road, who knows? But as of right now, we're not. We keep the girls, so that's going to be, I don't know how long a day it's going to be tomorrow. We're leaving in the morning. It's about an hour's drive. And the auction itself starts at 1 o'clock. And this is in Richmond, Kentucky. That's the auction that I'm going to. I'm just hearing noise. I know Angel's stalking something down there. So anyway, I showed a picture of the baby ducks, and I did take video, and I was kind of hoping I'd be able to get edited and up before today, but it just didn't happen. But I'll show you another picture. Let me see here. Where is it? In between, it rained all week. Okay. But in between rains, I've been building. Okay. There was a bit of a glare. Okay. That is the new buck barn. It's not finished. I still have a few things to do because I didn't get anything done on it yesterday because I was running all day yesterday. But it's almost there. I'm putting in the floor first, and I got to put the 1x material up on the for the roof, and then I can start doing the metal. And I was telling the wives yesterday, I said, I'm gonna try and do this myself. I don't know if I can do the roof for sure, but if I can't, I may be hitting up one of your husbands to come and do it. It's smaller and it's shorter than the goat barn. So I'm hoping I can do it. I don't know. But we'll see. I'll give it my best shot. It's like if I can get up, like two ladder steps, then I'm good. Okay. If I have to go up more than 2 ladder steps, that's where I get a little bit iffy. Okay. And I'm just not sure. And climbing up on the roof, there ain't no way I'm climbing up on that roof. So I can't get that roof on without climbing on it, and it ain't getting done. Okay, because I ain't getting up on the roof. And so it's been a not too bad a week. It's supposed to be pretty decent this week, temperature wise, and no rain. So after tomorrow, I'm hoping I can make a little bit better progress. I'm hoping that my husband and we can head up to Lexington and get IBC totes, so that I can hook up rainwater catchment system for the cabin. Now, I'm still holding off a bit on doing too much in that way because I'm still waiting to find out if I get the grant. If I get the grant, then it's going to go on it's for the back porch, and we'll be able to put the gutters up and have it feed into the IBC totes. But I need to get them so that, because I can't put the gutters up until I have some place for the water to go. There's Chucky. Chucky's getting big, I'll tell you. Hard to believe he gets weaned in early July. So he's only got about another, 3 or 4 weeks of being nursed. And we'll see how he does when I take him off of Daisy. Because he's been on her and running with the goats. The goats go off in the morning. I let them out first thing in the morning, about right now about 6:30. I think I hear a goat out there. I think it's Daisy. And I let them out about 6:30 in the morning because that's when the sun just gets up. And yeah, there's a goat. I think it's Daisy. They know I can't keep the feed in here. And I can't quite tell which one that is, but there's another goat back there. It's either Moo Moo or Coco. Moo Moo. That's Moo Moo. Yeah. Bye, Moo Moo. Bye, Moo Moo. You're not getting in here, Moo Moo. Go find something to eat. She says, but you got all the good stuff in there with you. Yeah, now they're moving. So anyway, so they're out at 6:30 in the morning, and then they go off and find something to eat, and then they come back about mid-morning, I guess, and they lay down someplace and they chew their cud. They have really worked out well, okay, in spite of me not having fences all over the place. I just have them penned up at night, so they're safe with the livestock guardian dog with Sheba, okay, and they've been so far so good, you know. They're working out pretty good. They're doing a pretty decent job of clearing the brush, and I know I'm going to hear it tomorrow. Oh, I am sure that Coco is probably going to be crying for her boys all day and probably the next day. But I'm sorry, we can't keep them. We just can't. They are of breeding age. They're at that age where they can start breeding. And I can't keep them. I just can't. I hate it. But this is one of the hard parts of raising goats. You know, you just can't keep all the boys. You can't. Because even if you keep them penned up separate, they can get out. They could get out. And then what? Then you got a real mess on your hands. So they are going to the auction. I'm hoping that somebody likes the looks of them as breeding bucks, because I think this is my opinion, and maybe it's a slightly biased opinion. I think they're pretty decent looking goats. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Yes, I will report on it. Whether or not they'll let me take video, I don't know. My husband's not real sure about it because, well, he's never been to an auction like this. You know, he's been to small little rinky-dink auctions, you know, where small livestock should like, this is different. And so he was asking questions that just like, for this auction, they made no sense. Okay. But he doesn't know. And I'm trying to explain it to him, and he's just not quite getting it. So I'm hoping I can record something, even if it's just for his benefit, because he can't go with us because there's no room. If I had a small trailer, then yeah, you know, but I don't have a small trailer yet. I was looking. Oh man, I tell you, talk about things going up in price. I looked at a small utility trailer at Tractor Supply yesterday. Last year, I'm pretty sure they were like just under $600 for the size I was looking at. I just looked at one they just got in. It's close to $1,000. Man. The just under 600, I might have been able to manage that, but close to $1,000, there ain't no way. So I don't know. I guess I'll just have to keep my eyes and ears open for a used one. And I mean, someone who maybe have just a little one and decide they want to upgrade or something. But what I'm finding is that a lot of people, they have the little ones, and if they upgrade to a large one, they want to hang on to the little one, you know, just in case they don't want to haul the big one. So that's what I find. Well, it says 4 people in here. Nobody's talking to me. I guess they're off busy doing things. So I hope I'm a little bit entertaining. I don't know. What am I talking about? Chickens and ducks and goats. I'm not sure. I'll tell you. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about Deeza. Deeza's not doing well. She's got a cough. She's lost weight. She's old. And I'm just not sure. It's tough. I've been toying with the idea of having her put down, especially when she has days where she's not eating. Yes, there's been a few days where she wouldn't eat. I offered it to her, and she wouldn't eat it. She walked away from it. So I'm just, then, after a day or two, she picks back up again. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. So it's just, I can't afford to put a lot of money into her. I just can't. I'm sorry, but I'm at the same time, I'm not going to let her suffer. The thing is, like I said, she has days where she doesn't want to eat, and she's also got that cough. She doesn't get, this last round bale I left out in the field, because just with everything else going on, it was just easier. And I knew that because the grass was up, that if there was grass to eat, they'd eat the grass before they'd eat the round bale. And that's the way it held true. But generally speaking, if a horse has a cough, you don't want them having round bales. Well, most of the time I'm peeling the round bale. Okay, so it's not quite so bad. But if they're sticking their nose, if they're eating out and hollowing out a hole in the round bale and they stick their nose in there, they're just getting the dust. Okay, well, I would peel the round bale for the horses. And the goats too, if they would eat it. But so I've been managing that. It could be just seasonal. I don't know. It's a hard decision. But she is old. The vet has been here, and I did ask him. I did contact him, and I asked him the next time he's in the area. I don't think she warrants a special trip out here. I said the next time he's working in this area, to stop in, okay, and we take a look at her and see what he says. It may just be she needs her teeth floated. If it's just that, it's an easy fix, And like I said, I did talk to him about that possibility. So, we'll see. But the feed that I give her is something that will break up in her mouth real easy. So that shouldn't affect her too much. It would mainly affect her with hay or grass. Okay. I saw some quitting with the hay, but I did not detect any quitting of grass. So, I'm keeping my eyes open for, signals and signs, and we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe she will stick around for another couple of years. I don't know, but I was kind of hoping that with the new grasses she'd pick up some weight, but she just hasn't so far. So, and I put weight on a horse before, and I'm following that that way of doing things as best I can. Some of the stuff that I used with that horse, I can't get here. But I've adapted it as best I can. And I've made adjustments, and I'm doing the best I can with her. Okay. And right now she's my most expensive expense. So we'll see how long I can hold out with that. Like I said, if I have to, she'll be gone if I have to. And I won't be having her suffer. But like I said, I'm keeping my eyes on her. So this is the joys of living on a homestead, It's hot. It's muggy. I'm hoping it's supposed to be cooler this week. So hopefully we get better production this week between chicks hatching and ducklings hatching. The goat barn is coming together. My garden is kaput. There ain't no way. Okay. I thought I was going to get to it. There ain't no way. I thought I had the seedlings in the same place. Nope. They're all eaten up. I have to get a fence built. That's all there is to it. I have to get a fence built before I can have a garden. Because I let the goats out to free range. I let the ducks out to free range, and the chickens when I can. Once I get a better coop set up and I get the roosters, sequestered, then I can let the chickens out and they'll be around. So I am looking at fence material because I want it to look nice. If it's my garden up near my cabin, I want it to look nice. So I'm looking at different fencing materials. I got an idea in my head. Hopefully I can afford to do it. I'm looking at several options. I could just make a picket fence out of pallets, but I have to get the pallets. I haven't had time lately to stop and pick up pallets, but if the back of my truck is empty and I know I don't have to get something else to put in the back, and I see pallets, I'll get them. I'll get them. Okay. But the last couple times that I have been in town around where I get my pallets, either they haven't had any when I had the room, or they were flies around my legs, or they had them, but I didn't have room in the back of the truck. So, that's the drawback with having the Tahoe, because it's enclosed. I'm very limited as what I can carry in the way of pallets. But it is what it is. If I had a small utility trailer, which is what I would use to make for transporting goats and whatnot and picking up materials, I could take that. I could carry more pallets, but it's just availability. Just like what everybody's finding these days, it's like, there just isn't a lot out there, or it's too expensive, or it's a piece of junk. Okay. Now, if something needs to have the floor replaced, well, even that's getting expensive. It used to be a cheap thing to deal with, but that's starting to get expensive. So, when you're limited, what are you going to do? So I'm doing the best I can, just like everybody else. At least hopefully, with the rain stopping, I'm hoping that they're going to be cutting more hay this week, this coming week. He said something about cutting hay last night, but we had rain last night, so I'm hoping he didn't. But I think it's supposed to be dry the rest of the week, so hopefully we'll be getting some hay in this barn pretty soon. I've got money set aside for it, and that's only for 50 bales. My check's coming next week, so is it next week? Yeah, not this week, following week. My check's coming that I'll put aside another portion of money for another 50 bales, so it'll be 100 bales I'll have money set aside for, and then I want to get 150 bales total. That's what I want to get in here. Hopefully I can do that. Hopefully they have the hay. Okay. Because they have regular customers already. And they've got to take care of the customers they've already had before they can take care of a new customer. And I'm a new customer, and I understand that. So hopefully they have enough. The one guy told me that they are planning on doing more square bales this year than they did last year. Now, the hay that they cut before we had all the rain, he told me yesterday that they did it up in round bales. And, I said, yeah, probably had to get it up as quickly as possible. I said, and also the guy that he was providing hay for, he wanted round bales. And that's what a lot of the customers want. But there are those of us that want the square bales. It's just easy. I get the round bales for the horses mainly. And that's a matter of convenience because my neighbor, he gives me a really good price on them, and he'll just drop it off in the hay shelter and I can peel it, and feed it to them. The square bale is easier for the goats. Once I get the feeder set up like I want to have, I can just put a whole square bale in there. It's just easier for me to handle. be even easier if I had a four-wheeler stick the hay bale onto. But all these things. I'm getting a list. Am I getting a list? Let me see here. I need a four-wheeler. I need a small utility trailer. I need fencing. I need plumbing. I need. Seems like there's always something. People said, you start scratching off at the top of the list of things you need or need to do, or what have you, but with every one you scratch off, there's two more at the bottom. It's like that's what it seems like. But anyway, what are you gonna do? You gotta laugh, right? So anyway, yeah. So nobody's popping in to talk to me, and it's hot. And I guess you probably are all bored anyway, because what am I talking about? Same old thing. Goats, ducks, chickens. Ducks, goats, chickens. Oh, I'm getting the goat barn done. Oh, I'm not getting the garden done. I tell you. Hopefully, I can get more videos up. I say that too every week, don't I? Well, I got videos for the ducks. Okay, I did record that, and I just need to be able to sit down, take the time to do the editing to get it done. Okay, that's the only thing. Getting the editing done, and I've got videos in the can for the barn shelter too. Get a fly on the lens. So I'll show that, the building process. Some of it I recorded. Some of it, I'm sorry, I was just trying to get it done in between showers. When you're working in between showers, I can't put my phone out there in the rain. I'm sorry, I can't do it. So, but when there wasn't a threat of rain, I was recording. Okay, trying to. Oh, hi, Heavens Bound Homestead. Yeah, it is hot. Yes. How nice of you to pop in and say hi. Yeah, I think today is supposed to be the hottest day of the rest of the week. I think it's supposed to be cooler the rest of the week. I'm looking forward to that. Lower humidity, at least. I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to be lower humidity and no rain. So we're going to dry out some, which is good because my chicken coop is a mess. I think I need to take the blue tarp off the backside so they can get some better airflow, and it'll help dry things out. I really do need to make that coop bigger. It's way too small, and I know it's way too small, but I just have not had the time to put into adding on to it at this point. I've been, Oh, okay. So you're just letting me ramble on like some kind of idiot, huh? That's all right. I don't blame you. There are times I watch people's live stream and I'm just, I'm doing something else, or I'm, I just not in a position where I can talk to them. Yeah. So I understand. That's okay. I appreciate you being there watching. I really do. Thanks for popping in to say hi to me. So at least I know I'm not just talking to myself. But, somebody's belly aching. That sounds like, I think that sounded like one of the boys. A little on the young side. It's strange when you start to be able to identify which goat is calling. And I have a feeling that is Mama's little boy who's crying. That's what I think. So I really do hope that somebody takes him for a breeder, because I think he was a fine looking boy. But anyway, I don't know how many people buy breeding stock at these auctions. Generally speaking, if you want breeding stock, you want to go to the breeder. But I don't think I was listed on the breeders page soon enough for anybody to contact me. I did contact somebody in Somerset, I think. But then I also saw somebody on that was closer, and he's got boys, and he's asking half the price. So I might go there. Yeah. If they're what he's got is half Kiko, half boar. So I may, and half the price too. Can't believe he's asking that little price. But if I go there, I need one good buck, a new buckling. So if all my girls are bred already, that means I'm having kids in October. Billy's been giving them a lot of extra attention since I couldn't separate them from the girls. So I may be getting a batch of kids in October, early November. Not ideal by any stretch of the imagination, because I would have liked to have given them a little bit of a rest after weaning their kids. But sometimes things just don't work out quite the way you figure they should. So I may end up with another crop of kids this year. But a lot of people are getting back into goats. Yeah. And I think that's a good thing, especially here in Kentucky. The price on goats is really good, from what I've been hearing. Whether or not the price is still up, I don't know. Seems to me, last time I checked, it'd gone down a little bit, but still decent. So, yeah, it's unless you have a really small property, but a lot of people, if they have property that's got hills, a lot of hills, and they don't have any close neighbors, they can do what I do and free range them. The one nice thing about my place is because my farm infrastructure is centrally located on my property. Okay, mostly centrally located. And so the goats, they kind of do a circle, okay, which makes the rotational grazing thing, but it's all browse. There's very little grazing going on, and if you have it set up like that where, your main farm infrastructure is central on your property, not up near a busy roadway, you could probably, good possibility, doing the same things what I'm doing. Like, I don't have any main roads handy, okay? Are you going to dig out your creek a little bit? Sent you a machine. Sent me a machine? Was there a typo in there? Am I not understanding? I'm planning on just above the bridge. Okay, I am planning on digging out a little bit of a watering hole. It's you guess. Oh, okay. Oh, the auger. Okay, that's not for the creek. That's for digging post holes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The auger's for the post holes for the fence. Okay. Yeah. That's what that's for. The creek. I am going to be digging out a little bit in the creek, just above the bridge, to make like a watering hole, water retention area. Like, it'll be like a small pond. It's not going to be real big, just small. Something I can stick my feet into if I want to, or the horses can get a drink of water from there, and then I can fence off the rest of the creek. See, I don't mind the goats going to the creek because they'll help to keep control of the brush, but I don't want the horses having full access to the creek because they'll destroy the bank, okay, just from their sheer weight and the way their feet are. The goats won't destroy the creek like the horses will. So I have a very small section of creek that they have access to in the lower pasture. There's a watering thing up just below the pond, but that's not, the siphon stopped working. I got to do another siphon. Do it right this time. The hose was not the right thing to do, so I got to redo that. But that's not That's not going to be at the top of the list. It's kind of like partway down the list. I got to get the infrastructure around here, nailed down. Yeah, that's going to be. I have to wait. Okay, I know, but I used it to soften up the sides to make a creek a little bit. Oh, okay. Well, where I'm going to be digging, it's the side. The creek sides are soft, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, use it for. I have other plans for it too to help me dig in certain areas for other things, but I don't need to use it down at the creek because where I'm going to be digging out, it's soft anyway, so that's not a problem. And I'm not going that deep. The auger's going to go way too deep. So, but yeah, and I've got a section, a bit of a dam started there. I need to work on that some more, and get the dam actually damming something up. But I have to wait until things dry up a little bit, because right now, with all the rain we had this week, it's running pretty good right now. So I have to wait. That's probably going to be something that I do. I'm thinking probably in August, because that seems to be when it's the driest. And we'll just have to, wait and see. I'll try to record it. I've got a dam started, but it's washing underneath it. So I got to plug that up, and I do need to dig around. I talked to the conservation people, and he was all for my idea. It's not a huge pond. It's just a small one. So I keep the big pond up there. It's just, and if I can figure out a good place further upstream to like have a series of dams for water retention, I'll do that. But I'm mainly looking at this section just above the bridge. I know I can't even use the garden tiller. Been doing it all by hand. Oh yes, been there, done that, my dear. Been there, done that. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's not easy work. It's backbreaking, and it's time consuming. So that's why I'm doing the raised beds, but I haven't even had time to finish the raised beds. It's like I bought the plants, but I just haven't had the time to deal with it. So I guess maybe I have too many projects on my list. I don't know. But I'll have to work on it over the winter, I guess, and hopefully next year I'll have everything all ready to go. And as soon as I buy the plants, I can put them in the ground. Because I was looking so forward to fresh tomatoes, fresh peppers, some zucchini, some green beans, because I like my green beans at a certain age. You can't buy them that age. We can get them as if you grow them. Yeah, and I wanted to plant watermelon and cantaloupe and pumpkins up just above the near the top of the driveway on the hill there. There's a flat area on the hill. I thought, oh, that would be such a great place to put some vining plants, like watermelon, cantaloupe, and pumpkins. Thought that would be so perfect, because you don't really need to be on them constantly, just, give them a nice spot that's weed free for them to start, and just let them go nuts, and come fall, check for fruit and reap the harvest. So, but it's too late now, I think. I think it's too late for me to plan anything like that. But I can get it ready for next year. So I've been at my husband. I bought him a new pair of loppers. And I point out that things on that hillside that need to be taken down and clipped back. And whether or not he does it, I don't know. We'll see. Because I said, here's things you can do tomorrow while we're out at the auction. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be nice for my son and I. Is it not too late to plant? Everyone in Kentucky is behind. Well, I guess I don't feel so bad then, do I? I'm not the only one. I drive by. I see some beautiful gardens out there as I'm driving by. It's like, man, I tell you, I guess I missed my window. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this week, if I can get up there, maybe I can get a little bit. It's just I'd have no prep work done up there. So I'd have to get some goat compost up there to fertilize it, because I have a feeling it's not very fertile up there. I got grass grown and stuff like that, but I don't know about, watermelon stuff. And I don't know how well it will survive without any kind of fence. I might have to put a fence up there too, but we'll see. We'll see. It's on the list. I'll put it on the list. Maybe I'll move it up a little bit on the list. We'll see. Yeah. I need about 10 hands. Give me about 10 hands, to in different areas. It's like, okay, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, and maybe we can catch up to the point where I only have this much of my list instead of this much of my list. Oh, I tell you. What are you going to do? You just do the best you can, just go at it day by day, one day at a time. And what you get done, you get done. And what you don't get done, well, I guess there's always tomorrow, right? So what are you going to do? Well, I should probably get off this phone. Man, I tell you, where I am. My brain must be overheating or something. Actually, it's not so bad. But then again, I'm not out in the sun with this. I'm still in the barn. So right now, it's not so bad. I'm getting used to having it on my head. So long as I can keep my hand away from my head, I'm doing good, because I keep hitting it. But, oh well. Since my husband went to heaven, I'm doing 2 people's work. Yes, exactly. Way behind expression on the house. Yeah, Been mainly working on the garden to eat. Pain stops me a lot. Yes. Thankfully, I haven't had a lot of pain. A little bit now and then because I haven't been able to get to the chiropractor, but nothing that slows me down to any great degree. But when you have the pain, yes, but you know what? The best thing for you is to go and work through it. I know. It's not easy. But you do what you can as you can. And only push yourself. You don't want to push yourself too far. You want to push yourself a little, but not too far. Because then you can do more harm than good. And that's what I try to remind myself, when I'm out there doing stuff. Okay, if it's hot and I'm pushing myself, it's like I can't, because if I push myself too hard, I'm going to end up sick, so, and that's not good. So yeah, you push yourself a little, but you got to know when you've reached that limit, and you got to stop, because then if you go too far, you end up putting yourself back further. So, you got to be really careful. But at least you're doing something. You're getting out there and you're doing it. And I think that's probably what's keeping you going too, or helping you keep going. I don't know. Well, I think my brain's about dead. And it's been almost an hour. And I'm rambling on. I don't know if I'm making any sense now or not. But I'm going to say, see you later, because I'm going to go in front of the fan for a little bit. And maybe I can get something done when it cools down a little bit. Yep. Have to learn to live again. Yep. Little by little, You don't do anybody any good sitting inside doing nothing. And I have known people that they lose a loved one, or they have they're given a diagnosis and they just quit. They just quit. Instead of getting up and moving on. Sometimes you don't have a choice, but flies, I tell you. But you're better off, and everybody around you better off, if you try to get up and get out, and you do, whatever is the right thing for you to do. If you're listening to God, He'll tell you, but you can't stay on a pity party. God allows for us to have our times of mourning and pity. Yeah, I do. But, I do get help on occasion. Like I said, God allows us to pity, but then He expects us to move on. You know. So know how you feel. Yeah. Hmm. I hear you. I hear you. And you just got to get up and get going. Speaking about getting up and getting going, I really do need to get going because I got to clean out the back of the truck. I got to move the truck down here so we can load up the crate so that's ready to go in the morning. So, and I also have a barn I have to finish cleaning out. So I've got like half a bale of hay left out there. So one thing about owning land, no one hears you when you scream. Yes. And there has been times when I scream. Not too often, but I have done it once or twice. I will admit, But of course, you got to make sure that. Well, I guess if there was anybody down at the bottom of the holler, they might hear me. But up here, no, I don't think anybody hears me up here. So, alrighty. Heavy Mount Homestead, I'll see you later. And anybody else who happens to be listening out there on the wings, not talking to me, that's all right. I understand. Been there, done that. So I will see you later. Have a good week this week and stay cool. I think we will be easier this week than last. See you later.